Hi, everybody. Good to see you again. Welcome to another day of joy devotional. I hope you've been blessed and I hope that you continue in the joy of God. And so, I was talking to you yesterday that Jesus kept the commandment of the Father, and so he had joy unlimited, and he wants the same for us, that we would keep the commandments of the Father, keep his commandments, and then we will have joy unlimited. Now, what are these commandments? He gave us just two. He gave us two. I don't mind anybody who try to portray Christianity as like 200 regulations and rules. If I no, he gave us two. Like, that's like the easiest of all. Check any country's constitution and laws and all of that. They've got bunch and bunch of rules and regulations and whatever. But Jesus gave us two. What is the first one? Love the Lord your God with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And the second one is love your neighbor as yourself. And so love the Lord your God with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. Jesus, the Bible says you will find me when you seek me with all your heart. One of the problems that we have is that we haven't really come to terms of loving Jesus, of loving God the way we should, the way, with all our heart. And if you don't love him with all your heart, and there are ways to know that you don't love him when you only go to him because of what you're going to get from him. Talking about the book God Chasers. I think you should get that book, God Chasers by Tommy Tene. You should get it. When you chase after God, all because of what you're going to get and not because of what you want to, not because you want to see his face, then there is a problem. You will not see him and you will not be able to love him the way you should. If the only reason you love him, I've got, some people who the only time they come into my DM, and no shade, right? The only time they come into my DM is when they need something, like when they need money. And, it's like, hey, Dami, Lola, hi, yo, been a while. It's like, yeah. And the next thing is, oh, give me this. And I'm like, you don't even care about how I'm living. You don't even know. Maybe I don't even have it. You just call me in and give it to me and you go. And the next time I see your message again, it's about giving it to me, giving me stuff. When you go to God because of his hands only, then you're not loving it. But when you go to behold his face, that love is going to be there. I was teaching, the class of David students, and you should register for the class of David. Class of David is coming up very soon. You want to develop your relationship with God. You want to be prayerful. You want to get to a new level of work with God. Class of David is, a place you should be. It's a 9-month class. It's very rigorous. But you'll never be the same in all areas. You'll never be the same, in all areas when you go to the class of David. You should check, some of the alumni and students in class of David will tell you that. Now, so I was telling them that there are even days where you'll be fellowshipping with the Lord and there are no words to say. You're just staring at him, just staring at his face, just beholding his glory, just enjoying his presence, that mighty presence. It could last for hours sometimes. Love God with all your soul, with all your mind. When you love God with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your power, you're already keeping his commandment, and it's going to be easier to even love your neighbor as yourself. The reason why people can't love their neighbor is because they don't even love themselves. And the reason why people can't love themselves is because they don't love God. They don't love God, and so they don't even know how to love themselves. What they do are things that pierces their soul, that pierces their body with many sorrows, with many damages. And so when you learn to love God, learn to love yourself, then you can love your neighbor as yourself. I'll see you. God bless you. Bye-bye.